I'm Greg Stein.
We're second years at the Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons. So last year we kind of became dissatisfied with how our curriculum was handling issues of like health policy, and even though our school kind of prides itself on its extensive student organizations, there was actually no student organization about free market health policy. So Greg and I decided to change that.
And we started this club called Markets in Medicine, and really we're just interested in looking at different areas within healthcare where markets are important and where markets can make healthcare better. We started off by having somebody from healthcare finance come in and talk about investing in healthcare and how that interacts with the entire system. And we had somebody from pharmaceutical research come in, and we also had an internist come in and tell us about how he practices and how he started an organization that specializes in premier care and preventative care for people.
But of all the events we've had, this debate we had tonight with the help of Benjamin Rush was by far the most successful. And the way all of that kind of got started is that we had just been emailing, whoever we could possibly find that we thought might be interested in the same stuff as us, looking at editorials in the Wall Street Journal, online, and just emailing people. We finally got in touch with Sally Pipes, and she was just right off the bat very helpful. She told us about this Benjamin Rush thing. The website for that is, I don't have it. http special.pacificresearch.org/Benjamin-Rush. So basically, any of these think tanks, if you go and you look at who is interested in health policy there, these people want to help you, get in touch with other people, even if they can't come talk at your school. They'll find somebody who can. That was actually how I initially got in touch with Sally Pipes. Somebody else directed me to her, and there's not that many of us free market oriented medical students out there. So if you're one of them, there's a support system out there that you can tap into.
No, that's great. That's great. I thought the debate went really well today. What do you guys think about the debate?
Phenomenal success.
Yeah, we're really happy with it. About 200 people came up to Washington Heights, where the Columbia Medical School is, and we had these audience response devices, and it was very interactive to see how people reacted to the debate. There wasn't too much difference in how people, in the opinions of people before and after the debate. But we think that a lot of people learned a lot and did get something out of the debate. We had 4 great speakers that helped with that. Sally Pipes and Brian Day, former head of the Canadian Medical Association, and Dr. Oliver Fine at Cornell University, and Professor Ted Marmer from Yale.
Great, great. And with the Benjamin Rush, do you guys have any more events planned for this year, or when's the next debate so we can come back?
I don't know if we've got another debate planned for this year. We are, one thing we've been doing is just having smaller events, but that actually brings somebody in. But for example, picking an article and just having just medical students come together, order a pizza and just talk about it. We had an event like that in January, and it was pretty successful because people just kind of got to talk through things on their own level. Can always entice people with a little bit of a free dinner.
Great, great. And how do I go about starting a chapter on my campus, or how do I become a member?
I don't think the Benjamin Rush Society has its own website at the moment. It's through the Pacific Research Institute. But if you Google Pacific Research Institute, their homepage will direct you to how to sign up for the Benjamin Rush Society listserv, and also who you can contact to start a chapter at your own school.
That's great. That's great. Is there anything else we want to ask, or
Anything learned?
yeah, anything you guys want to say, or?
Just that it seems like the overwhelming majority of everybody is interested in the government becoming more and more involved in healthcare. And despite that, there's clearly an interest in maintaining an active private industry that can help make delivering healthcare to patients a lot better than the government can.
And I think that those, the people who don't necessarily want increased, government intervention and government control of healthcare are definitely a minority right now. But I think that there's more. I was surprised. We had 25% of people before and after hearing the arguments in the debate saying that they were against government-sponsored universal health care, and that's more than I expected. And I think that those people tend to not speak out as much because there isn't really a forum, and it's hard to say you're against something that everybody else is for. So I think that if you work at it, you can get those people to become more active and to kind of understand that they're not the only ones.
Sure. I mean, along those lines, Columbia is definitely a very liberal institution, as we all know. Has there been any sort of complaint, any sort of retaliation, anything like that because of this great work you guys have been doing?
I was expecting it, and there hasn't been. We actually had the course director of this course we have called Clinical Practice. She came to the debate. She came up afterwards and said, she wished she could have this many people come to her lectures, and she is very, very much liberal. But I'm sure at the same time that if, everybody was doing this at every school, you would encounter kind of more difficult situations.
Well,
that happens.
I think we should try and do it at every school. I definitely do.
I think we went into it ready to fight. We were prepared to deal with some resistance, but luckily we haven't had too much.
That's great. That's great. Anything else, or we're good?